So I'm going to talk about something that is probably going to be really helpful to you guys when you're doing the leash training. So I put the treats away. I have no treats. He can smell that now. So you can see as he's getting a little more distracted. I put on a 6-foot lead. Benny, come here. So dogs can feel connected to you within 100 feet of you. Humans is 6 feet, hence why we have 6-foot leads. So you'll see I'm gonna do some walking with him on the 6-foot lead with no treats and see how it goes. Okay, come on. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Watch out, hold on the... Good boy. Yes, Benny. Yes, Benny. Good boy. Good boy. Yes, Benny. Yes. Very good. Without treats, the ability that it gives him to heal when I put him on a long line, because there's no conflict. I'm not pulling on him, he's not pulling on me, and he learns to stop the pulling behavior because he's staying right at my hip for the treats, right? So we just did that whole loop without any pulling and without any treats. So we've created a history of reinforcement right here at the heel spot where he knows this is where she wants me to be. Now we're up on the road where we've been training and we've been working, and we'll start to take it down the road. So I'm going to turn the camera and we're going to go a little bit of a different way, and then you guys will get to see him training somewhere he hasn't previously been. So no treats. I'm bringing the long line with me just in case there starts to be some tension, because we're going to go down this road now. So it'll be a little bit different. This is the way he gets to go when we go on our big walk. So there might be a little bit of conflict, but I brought the long line so that I can communicate with him. We're still doing the same thing. Ready? Let's go. Good. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy, Benny. Good boy. Very good, Benny. Very good. Very good boy. So good. Oh, good. Good. Okay, sit. Good boy. Very good. So do you guys see the difference? Let me grab a treat for him. He did really good. So do you see the difference when I create a history of reinforcement? These are salmon and sweet potato treats that I get down at the pet store. When I use the food, which he's highly motivated for, I can get him to do a walk in a calm state. And that's what we're after, because he's not a dumb dog. He's very smart. He's just high anxiety. Nope. No. So, like in the kennel last night, it was awful. He was really anxious. He was barking pretty much the whole night, so we still have that to work on. But you can see the level of calmness is getting there. He's not pulling. We're kind of moving in a dance together, and that simply comes from taking the conflict out, putting him on a longer line so that he can make the choice that he wants to be with me, that he wants to follow me when we go on our walks. So that is really the power of reinforcing that spot, creating that reinforcement and taking the conflict out in your training when you're working on heel with him. Because he's anxious, it helps him to settle. It helps him to know exactly what you want from him, because he's made the decision to do it himself. Huh, you're so good. You're so good. Come here. Come here, Ranger. Okay, so this is Ranger. We're gonna try working him on the 6-foot lead. I have taught him heel with the long line, but we're gonna go down the road this way. Mostly he trains on this side, so it'll be a little bit different. I have his treats in my pocket. These are salmon and sweet potato treats, and they stink, so the dogs really love them. He's more of a puller, so I have a long line here so I can kind of show the difference. The very first thing you want to make sure that you have is something very high value. Look, okay, he's telling me he wants this. Okay, so I know it's high value enough, so I'm gonna start walking and we'll see what we can do. Okay, so I'm gonna put on his long line. I don't know if you saw at the end there, when I got to the end of the spot where I was going, he stopped to sniff and you could see the line straighten out really tight. So if we use a long line, he can stop to sniff, I can keep going, and then we can use the gentle leash pressure rather than us pulling on each other to try to get one way or the other, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna start going. So when you take the conflict out, when it's not us fighting if he wants to sniff, he stays with me much better. The thing I want you to notice is whatever side he's on, my hand is free, because I don't want to be giving him treats across my body, because it will teach him to start coming out here to get them, and then I'm walking into him. I hold the lead with this hand. I give Ranger, I give treats back here with this hand. Okay, Ranger was a really bad puller. We've gotten quite a ways with him with this method. So this is what I think is gonna work best for him in the future, because it allows him the ability to go out and away without that pulling on the lead when he wants to go somewhere but there's only 6 foot of lead. So he can have the option to be able to go look, to go sniff, and then to come back into heel where he knows that the rewards are. So again, leash in this hand, treats in the hand that the side that the dog is on. Then when you walk, you can keep them in a heel because you're treating back here. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Yes.